What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Postmodern Jukebox. Yes, indeed, Postmodern Jukebox fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bob, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Glenn, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll. Get this, with 75% of the votes. Yeah, 3/4 of the votes went for this one song. That's how it won. Hands down, no questions asked. It was number 839 in the queue. It got bumped up straight to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this. This is going to be interesting. We got Postmodern Jukebox doing their rendition of the Babymetal song, Gimme Chocolate.
It comes whack!
Now, have I heard the song before? Okay, full disclosure, yes I have. I've heard the original. I've definitely heard the original. I've done several reactions to this song on the channel. I've done like, I think 2 or 3 reactions to this song now on the channel. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you folks. I mean, clearly I've done a reaction to this. So yes, I've heard the song before. Having said that, Postmodern Jukebox covering a Babymetal song, I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Okay, look, this is gonna be one of two things. This is either gonna be absolutely glorious, or it's gonna be an utter and complete train wreck.
You like that, girls? That's how it goes.
There is gonna be no in between here, okay? So I'm predicting this is gonna be either up in the 8s, maybe 9s, or it's gonna be down to 3s, maybe 2s. There's not gonna be a 5 or a 6 or a 4 given here. I'm predicting that. Now, I don't know if that's really gonna happen, but that's my prediction. We're gonna have 8s or 9s, or we're gonna have 2 or 3s. I don't know. But I've never heard this cover before. I'm really intrigued to hear this. This is gonna be something. Anyway, so just for the record, full transparency, I'm not reacting to the original song in any way, shape, or form. I'm basing my reaction, my evaluation, and my score completely on what Postmodern Jukebox does with the song. I already know they're gonna put their own spin on it. It's not gonna be a carbon copy cover. So I'm really intrigued to know how Postmodern Jukebox is gonna pull this off. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Let's see, this was posted by Postmodern Jukebox, yeah, shocking. And the video has 1.6 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Gimme Chocolate, Babymetal, 1920s jazz cover. Oh my God. Featuring Louise. Okay, like I said, I'm sticking with my prediction. This is either going to be great, at the bare minimum, this is going to be greatness, or it's going to be absolutely terrible. I don't know which one it's going to be. Let's find out. Oh my God, I can't wait. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Wow. Wow.
Check it out, chocolate, chocolate, 짱짱짱 위가 나. 때문에 좀더 뱉은 짱더 살긴 심파이난 가수. 다케레 chocolate, chocolate, 짱짱짱 위가 나. 때문에 좀더 뱉은 좀더 맛은 짱짱짱. 죽인 와타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타타tatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatatat チェケロチョコレートチョコレートちょちょちょいいよねでもねちょっと待ってちょっと最近心配なんですだけでチョコレートチョコレートちょちょちょいいよねでもねちょっと待ってちょっと待ってちょちょちょバッバッバッバッバッバッバッバッバッバッバッバッバラ Too too late too too late too too late please please come on バッバッバッバッバッバッバッバッバッバッバッバラ Too too late too too late too too late please please come on.
They may have a solo coming in. I think it might be a trumpet solo. I'm not sure. They got something coming up. I have a feeling. Anyway, okay. I try to hold it in, I can't. This is amazing. This is so well thought out with the swing feel, that 1920s swing feel. I love the bass line that they came up with. The 1 5 1 5 bottom 5 bum ba-doom ba-doom. I love that stop time bass that they got going on that section. Not a whole lot of walking bass. I'm a little surprised by that. I if it were me, I might think about putting a little bit, maybe on the chorus, put a little more of a walking bass line in there, a little more movement. But then again, the stop time bass feels good with that swing feel the drummer's establishing. So I don't know. Maybe just leave it as it is. It sounds good. Don't mess with it, I guess. Banjo, interesting. Can't hear it, really. I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing the banjo. The piano's coming through clear as day. Horns are coming through clear as day. I love what the piano player's doing. Really covering a lot of the voicings instrumentally. And the horns are more of a accent. They're more of a, I'm not filler, but they're more like hitting the important parts. Like they're hitting the important notes. And I like that. Her vocals are fantastic. Very, very fitting for this style of music. I like the arpeggiation that she's doing. 1 to the 3 to the 5 to the octave 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. I like that, man. It sounds really good. I really like it, and very, very conducive to this style. Her vocal style and her vocal tone are absolutely fitting the song. She's doing a great job. I am really impressed with this. This sounds fantastic. Let's keep going. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if I'm right about that solo. Nice job on the clarinet.
やばいちょちょハートちょいっぱい頑張ったんですだからちょっとハートちょっとだけお願いなんです早くチョコレートチョコレートちょちょちょうだい You can say チョコレートチョコレート
Right there on the hi-hat. Oh, wow. Hold on, I got it. Okay, so vocals, clarinet. Nice job, Steven Spencer. Really nice job with that clarinet solo. Mike Roca, Lassen Richards, great job. Muting and unmuting, really nice, very smooth. Yeah, bass and drums, man. They more than anybody instrumentally, they are the ones who absolutely sold this for me. Piano sounded good. Don't get me wrong. I like the piano. The banjo player wasn't mentioned. That's interesting. I wonder why. Maybe he wasn't actually playing. Maybe that's why I didn't hear him. Maybe he was just there for show. Because I didn't hear the banjo at all. Anyway, 3 seconds, fine. Otherwise, I'm going to get those haters. You left 3 seconds out. Yeah, I left 3 seconds of black screen out. Yeah, thanks. All right, okay, look, I think it's pretty obvious I enjoyed this. I think that's, I don't think there's any question that I enjoyed this. The only question really is how much did I enjoy this? Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Postmodern Jukebox with their rendition of the Babymetal tune, Gimme Chocolate. This was a request from Glenn, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 75% of the vote. Yeah, it dominated. It was number 839 in the queue. It got bumped straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay, I said at the beginning of the video, before we switched over to the reaction, I said during the intro that this is, I'm predicting one of two things. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. At the very least, it's going to be great. Or it's going to be an absolute train wreck. It's going to be awful. It's going to be terrible. And at best, it's going to be really bad. There was going to be no middle ground here. There was no way this was going to be in the 5s or the 4s or the 6s or the 7s or the 3s. This was either going to be up in the 8s and 9s, or this was going to be way down in the 2s and 1s. I wasn't sure. But I made that prediction. It's going to be one of those two things. There's going to be no middle ground. And I'm pretty happy to say that my prediction was right. It's one of those two. All right. No more hesitating. Let's get to the score, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, and believe me, folks, I gave this a lot of thoughts. I do not give this score lightly. I'm going to give that a 9.3. Yep, 9.3. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this cover deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, before we get too excited here, 9.3, what does that mean? Well, a 9.3 would translate to an amazing, fantastic, impressive score. It would translate to 5 out of 5 stars, and it would translate to an A letter grade. Not quite A+, but a very high A letter grade. So there you go, a 9.3, amazing, fantastic, impressive scale rating, 5 out of 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score? Are you kidding me? Seriously? So glad you asked, I guess. Look, going into this, I ain't gonna lie, folks, I had high expectations. Looking at the track record I've had with Postmodern Jukebox, I was expecting greatness. I was absolutely expecting greatness. I was expecting an 8 minimum. I had a very high bar set for this. But I'm also not gonna lie though, I'm looking at the song that they're covering. Knowing Postmodern Jukebox and how talented they are and how good they are at arranging their covers, I was expecting greatness, but at the same time, looking at this cover that they chose, a Babymetal song, I wasn't sure how this was gonna go. I knew it was gonna be great, hopefully, or like I said, it could have been an utter and complete train wreck. I'm very happy to see that all of my expectations were met and exceeded. In particular, I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. Let's start with the arrangement of the song. What a great reimagining. Seriously, taking a 1920s, a roaring 20s jazz approach when jazz was really hot, man. Jazz, back in the roaring 20s, jazz was hot. It was happening. It was the hip thing, man. It really was. You talk about the heyday of jazz, the roaring 20s were pretty much it. That is the hands down heyday when it was at its most popular. And it absolutely was. And they absolutely captured the essence and the feel of that 1920s roaring 20s style of jazz. The usage of the horns behind the vocals, supporting the vocal, supporting the piano, supporting the rhythm section more than anything. What a great touch. What a great feel that they got there, really encapsulating that roaring 20s feel of jazz. I'm just gonna knock the banjo out of the way. I couldn't hear it. I don't know if the banjo playing was even an issue. I wonder if maybe the banjo player was just kind of there to fill out the video. I didn't hear him playing. And what really kind of puts a question mark in my mind is he was not listed in the credits, either as an appearance or as a musician. So I'm not 100% sure if he was even playing or not. He may have just been there for eye candy. But the stride piano feel that we had going on in there, really nice. The bass and the drums, if I'm being honest with you folks, that was the highlight for me. No offense, Tara Louise. No, we're gonna talk about her in a little bit. But for me, the bass and the drums absolutely stole the show. They're switching up in feel, they're switching up in approach. That great swing feel happening back there. Transitioning between the hi-hat and the ride on the drums, really nicely done. Bass player taking a very open stride approach. The 1 to the 5 to the 1 to the 5 6 1 or 5 7 1, whichever the case may call for. Not a whole lot of walking. I was expecting more of a walking bass line. I am really glad to say that I was wrong about that. I am thrilled. What he did sounded really nice. I was thinking about if I would have been in his shoes and I was looking at this song and listening to this song, would I do a walking bass line? I'll be honest with you, that would have been my gut instinct. My gut instinct would have been walking bass line. And I would have been wrong. Absolutely. No, what he was doing was fantastic with the open approach, the stride approach, kind of following the left hand of the piano. Very nicely done and following along. Now, there were some points where he was walking to fill out sound, and very appropriately done, very tastefully done. So absolutely kudos to them. Both of them really stole the show. The horns, man. The horns. The trombone and the trumpet. I loved how they were switching in and out of muted playing so smoothly, so strategically, tactitionally, and doing it in a way that wasn't distracting. I loved it when they did go the muted playing, and especially the trumpet player reinforcing the mute with his hand to kind of get that wah sound going. I love that. That was fantastic. Well done. Very tastefully done. The clarinet player taking on the role of lead guitar, I thought that was fantastic with the guitar solo with a guitar solo being covered by the clarinet player. Really nice done. I liked the ending of the solo in particular with that descending 3 octave down. That was really cool to hear. Not easy to pull off on a clarinet, man, especially getting down that low register. You really got to open up and drop your jaw and really get it down there, man, to get that lower register as strongly and cleanly as he did. The piano player, really great job with that stride piano, filling out the sound, kind of taking the lead when it comes to the melodic instruments, which was very appropriate. Not overall with the arrangement and the musicianship and the playing, it was impressive. On top of that, you had Tara Louise doing a great jazz delivery. Now, I say great. if I'm being honest, and I mean absolutely no disrespect to Tara Louise when I say this, there are other jazz vocalists I have heard that, in my personal opinion, are, I hate to say it, but they sound better, they sound stronger, and they definitely pull off a jazz style better than Tara Louise. Now, she did a great job. I want to be very clear about that. I have no complaints about what she did and what she sang and how she sang it. All I'm saying is I can't say it was impressive because I've heard other vocalists be more impressive in the field of jazz. But she did a great job. Great job. And I have absolutely no regrets listening to this and hearing what she did. I loved her ascension with that major ascension up. What a great interpretation, especially for, like I said, Roaring 20s jazz with that ascending major arpeggio, 1 to major 3 to 5 to 8, and then when she hit the 8, descending down to the root again. Really nicely job. Really nicely done. Really, really nice job overall. Listen, I had high expectations. I did. When I saw this, I was expecting greatness. I would accept nothing less than greatness from them. And they met it and exceeded it in pretty much every direction. It's a great thing, and they're getting a 9.3, and I give them that 9.3 with absolutely zero hesitation, but here's the problem. They just raised their own bar a little bit more. So the next time I see these guys, I'm gonna expect it even higher. I'm gonna expect, my level of expectation just went from here to here. So it's a good thing, but it's gonna make their life a lot tougher to get a 9 next time. I don't know if they will or not, time will tell. But yeah, 9.3 for this cover. I feel great about that score, and that's exactly where we're gonna stay. Very well deserved. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got 9.3, not easy to get with me. They got an amazing, fantastic, impressive rating. They got 5 out of 5 stars, and it's very strong A letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.